The January transfer window has brought a wave of excitement for Rangers fans, and it is fair to say that the biggest headline so far is the arrival of T. Rummans from Westerlo in Belgium. For anyone who has been keeping a keen eye on Rangers transfer dealings, this signing represents not just the addition of another talented player, but a statement of intent from the club under Danny Röhl. At 22, Rummans brings a level of experience and energy that could be pivotal in the second half of the season, and there's a genuine sense among supporters that this could be a transformative move. The young fullback has spent his formative years at the GK Academy, a system known for producing disciplined and technically adept players, before cutting his teeth in the competitive environment of the Belgian top flight. Over 70 appearances with Westerlo have shaped him into a player capable of both defending stoutly and contributing to attacking plays down the left-hand side, a versatility that is highly prized in modern football. Upon his arrival in Glasgow, Rummans spoke with an infectious enthusiasm, describing his move to Rangers as a dream come true. He emphasized that being wanted by a club of Rangers' stature, with its rich history and passionate fan base, was a decisive factor in his decision to make the step up. The allure of playing in front of 50,000 supporters at Ibrox and regularly competing on the European stage was, as he described it, impossible to ignore. He stressed that the most important aspect for him was the belief the club had shown in his abilities, which made the choice to join straightforward. Rummans' words carried a weight beyond mere politeness. They reflected a player motivated to establish himself in a team with high expectations, fully aware that Rangers is a club where every match is under scrutiny and every performance matters. Rummans also offered insight into his playing style, noting that he is a left-back who always gives 100% and is committed to both defending and attacking when the situation demands it. At 22, he already boasts significant First Division experience in Belgium, making this move to a larger club at the right time a strategic step in his career. His excitement about playing in front of large crowds speaks to the type of character Rangers hope to nurture. A player ready to embrace the intensity and scrutiny that comes with representing one of Scotland's biggest football clubs. For supporters, seeing a young player arrive with such determination and humility is reassuring, especially given the high stakes of the title race and the club's ambitions in domestic and European competitions. However, as with many things involving Rangers, this signing is not entirely straightforward. A twist in the story has emerged, indicating that Rummans might have to wait up to 4 weeks before making his debut for the club. The delay is due to the combination of the Belgian League's 3-week winter break and a lingering effect from a previous knock, something the club is keen to manage carefully. Rangers sources suggest that Rummans is expected to regain full fitness within this period, continuing his training while the medical team ensures he is ready for competitive action without risking further injury. This cautious approach reflects a club that has learned from past experiences, recognizing that rushing a player back could compromise not only his health, but also his ability to contribute meaningfully to the squad. It is a delicate balance, one that underscores the professionalism expected at Rangers, and fans are likely to be patient, understanding that this period of preparation could pay dividends in the long term. The signing of Rummans comes against a backdrop of lessons learned from previous transfer windows, particularly the experience with Oscar Cortés, whose time at the club has become a cautionary tale. Cortés arrived in February of 2024 on loan from Lens with an obligation that forced Rangers to complete a permanent transfer in the summer for £4,500,000. The move was originally seen as a calculated gamble on a young international with potential upside, yet it failed to yield the expected impact. Now aged 22, Cortez has struggled to establish himself, being loaned out twice within the same season, first to Sporting Gijon and later to Huracan, highlighting the club's challenge in managing loan deals with built-in obligations. This experience has clearly influenced the hierarchy at Rangers, prompting a more measured and disciplined approach in the current window. It is within this context that the anticipated signing of Andreas Skov Olsen from VfL Wolfsburg is particularly significant. An agreement has been reached for the Denmark international to join on loan until the end of the season, but crucially, the deal includes an option to buy rather than an obligation. This subtle but critical difference gives Rangers full control over the future of the player while still strengthening the squad in key areas. Such strategic thinking reflects a shift in the club's transfer philosophy, aiming to combine ambition with prudence. The approach allows Rangers to reinforce their squad aggressively while avoiding the mistakes of the past, ensuring that each new acquisition fits seamlessly into the team's plans without creating long-term financial or contractual complications. The early business in this transfer window has already been impressive. Alongside Skov Olsen, Rangers are expected to unveil Tochi Chukwani and Rummans, signaling a clear intent to push hard for silverware in the second half of the season. The additions strengthen the squad across multiple positions, while also sending a message to competitors that Rangers are serious contenders for the William Hill Premiership title. There is a growing sense of momentum around the club, fueled by smarter recruitment and a clearer vision of how to balance immediate ambitions with long-term stability. Fans are beginning to see tangible signs that lessons from past missteps have been absorbed, creating a foundation not only for the current campaign, but for the seasons to come. Yet, despite these positive developments, there remains a widely held belief among supporters that one final addition, a proven, reliable striker, could be the piece that transforms Rangers from challengers to outright favourites. Youssef Shamiti has shown glimpses of his quality, settling into the team and demonstrating potential, but consistency in front of goal remains the ultimate currency in the title race. A striker capable of delivering goals week in, week out would provide the final element needed to convert the club's clear intent into tangible results, turning strategic planning into on-field dominance. Meanwhile, the coaching staff, led by Danny Röhl, appear committed to nurturing the existing squad and integrating the new signings effectively, ensuring that every player brought in can adapt quickly and contribute positively. In addition to the tactical and strategic considerations, there is an underlying narrative about player development and opportunity at Rangers. Young players like Rummans are not just transfers. They represent the club's ambition to cultivate talent capable of thriving in a demanding environment. The combination of youth, experience, and measured risk in the transfer market suggests a club that has learned to balance short-term gains with long-term objectives, a philosophy that could define Rangers' approach for years to come. By fostering an environment where players are encouraged to grow, compete, and perform under pressure, the club is laying down a blueprint for sustainable success. At the heart of this transfer window, excitement is a sense of optimism among the supporters. The signings so far have generated buzz, not only because of the players' abilities, but because of what they signify: a new approach, greater control over decisions, and a willingness to learn from history. The careful management of injuries, the structuring of loan deals, and the strategic targeting of positions all point to a club operating with purpose and clarity. For fans, the hope is that these moves translate directly into performances on the pitch, delivering wins, silverware, and the reassurance that Rangers are on a path to reclaiming domestic dominance and European credibility. As the transfer window continues to unfold, the excitement surrounding Rangers' activity is only set to grow, with supporters eagerly watching every development and analysing how the new arrivals will fit into Danny Röhl's plans. The signing of Rummans, while a major headline, is only part of a broader strategy aimed at strengthening the squad across all areas. Alongside him, the anticipated arrivals of Andreas Skov Olsen and Tochi Chukwuani signal a clear intent to add depth, versatility, and quality, not just to fill gaps, but to elevate the team's overall standard. Fans are beginning to sense that this is a club operating with a coherent vision, one that takes into account both immediate competitive needs and longer-term sustainability. A philosophy that contrasts sharply with some of the missteps of recent years. Rahman's integration into the squad is, of course, subject to careful management. The initial setback caused by his lingering injury and the winter break in Belgium has delayed his debut, but Rangers' medical and coaching teams are taking a meticulous approach, ensuring that when he does step onto the pitch, he is fully fit and ready to contribute at the highest level. It is a reflection of a more professional, cautious, and ultimately sensible approach to player welfare, recognizing that short-term haste can compromise long-term success. The thought process behind this decision demonstrates a club learning from past experiences, understanding that careful nurturing of talent is just as important as tactical acumen on match day. Supporters will have to exercise patience, but the expectation is that when Rummans finally makes his first appearance, he will be ready to make an immediate impact. Andreas Skov Olsen's arrival on loan from VfL Wolfsburg is also generating considerable discussion among the fan base. Unlike previous high-risk deals, this loan includes an option to buy rather than an obligation, giving Rangers full flexibility and control over the player's future. This distinction is subtle but crucial, reflecting a deliberate shift in the club's approach to the transfer market. By structuring deals in a way that mitigates risk while still allowing for aggressive reinforcement, Rangers are demonstrating a level of strategic planning that has been absent at times in the past. Olsen, as a Denmark international, brings both technical ability and experience in competitive European leagues, and his addition is likely to provide a boost not just on the pitch, but in terms of squad morale and competition for places. The hope is that his presence will push existing players to raise their level, creating a healthy competitive environment that benefits the team as a whole. Tochi Chukwuani is another player generating anticipation. Young, talented, and dynamic, Chukwuani represents the type of investment that Rangers are increasingly prioritizing: players who combine potential with immediate capability. His arrival is expected to add fresh energy to the squad, offering options in midfield and attack, and creating tactical flexibility for Danny Röhl. The timing of his integration will be crucial, particularly as Rangers enter a period of fixture congestion and face matches that will test the depth and resilience of the squad. Chukwuani's adaptability and work rate will likely be key factors in how quickly he can influence games, and the coaching staff are expected to work closely with him to ensure he settles seamlessly into the demands of Scottish football and the high expectations of Ibrox supporters. Beyond individual signings, the broader picture for Rangers in this transfer window is one of measured ambition. The club is clearly seeking to avoid repeating past mistakes, such as the costly and ultimately ineffective permanent transfer of Oscar Cortez, and instead is adopting a more disciplined approach to recruitment by balancing loans, options, and strategic permanent acquisitions. Rangers are able to reinforce their squad without compromising financial prudence or flexibility. This level of strategic thinking is indicative of a club that has absorbed hard lessons from previous campaigns, and it sends a clear signal that management is committed to building a squad capable of sustaining success over multiple seasons. The implications for the league campaign are significant. With these new additions, Rangers are positioning themselves as serious contenders for the William Hill Premiership, and the expectation among supporters is that the team will approach the second half of the season with renewed focus and energy. The combination of youth, experience, and strategic acquisitions has the potential to transform the squad's dynamic, offering a blend of creativity, defensive solidity, and attacking flair that could prove decisive in tight matches. Every addition is designed to address specific weaknesses or enhance areas of strength, from Raman's left-back versatility to Olsen's attacking threat and Chukwuani's midfield dynamism. For supporters, it is clear that the club is no longer relying purely on reputation or history, but is instead making calculated moves to maximize the squad's potential. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Shockwaves are rippling through Ibrox as whispers of unrest inside the Rangers dressing room gather pace. Sources close to the club claim that manager Danny Röhl has taken the extraordinary step of dropping one of his first-team regulars following what insiders describe as a fiery altercation in the locker room. The alleged confrontation, according to those familiar with the incident, escalated quickly, with Röhl reportedly losing patience and issuing a blunt ultimatum: he's out of here. While the identity of the player has yet to be officially confirmed, speculation is mounting that tensions between the squad and the young German tactician, who has been attempting to stamp his authority since arriving at the club, have reached a tipping point. Fans have been quick to debate whether this dramatic move signals a shift in the manager's approach or a symptom of deeper unrest behind the scenes. Some insiders suggest that Röhl's methods, strict and uncompromising, have rubbed a few of the senior squad members the wrong way, leading to friction that has now spilled into the open. The atmosphere at training has reportedly been tense in recent days, with teammates divided over loyalty and respect for the manager's authority. Social media chatter has amplified the story, with supporters dissecting snippets of leaked comments and cryptic posts that hint at discontent. Pundits are already weighing in, questioning whether Röhl's hardline stance will consolidate his control or destabilize the dressing room at a critical moment. Historically, such incidents have had a polarizing effect at Ibrox, with fans split between backing the manager's disciplinary measures and expressing concern over the impact on team harmony. The murmurs from within the club suggest that Röhl is determined to assert his authority, sending a clear message that no one, not even established stars, is untouchable under his regime. Yet, there is also a sense of uncertainty, with many wondering how this internal drama will influence the Rangers' upcoming fixtures and whether the player involved could find himself on the move sooner rather than later. As the story continues to unfold, all eyes remain on the club's training ground, waiting to see if Röhl's gamble will strengthen his grip or further inflame tensions. For now, the claim that a first-team player has been firmly sidelined following a dressing room clash adds another chapter to the ongoing saga of managerial authority versus player power at one of Scotland's most storied clubs. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.